All right. We're live, guys.
What's up, YouTube?
What's going on?
How's everybody doing?
Oh, we're doing awesome.
We're doing beautiful.
How you doing?
On.
How's everybody doing?
Doing great.
Well, doing a little. Well, you go first.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little Week 12 predictions for the college football season.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to start off with Notre Dame and Boston College.
No, can I speak first since it's my team?
Oh, sorry.
Oh wait. Oh, sorry. I just wanted to talk about the game. So I'm really excited to see our good friend Phil Dracovic come back because he was a really promising recruit for the Irish. So just seeing him come back to Notre Dame Stadium. Hopefully he plays. I'm not sure he'll play, but I'm sure he'll get a warm reception. Obviously, he didn't have a good relationship with Brian Kelly or offensive coordinator Tommy Rees, so it just didn't end up working out. Well, he was only quarterbacks coach back then, but yeah, just excited to see him come back out. He hasn't had much of an O-line in Boston College, especially this year, which is the reason that they're bad. But it's still exciting to see an old friend come back. But hopefully the Irish should take care of business by 3 scores. But you never know with this team this year.
I guess I'll go next. I feel that kind of like what a lot of people have been talking about, that Notre Dame's been kind of playing to their competition a little bit. So it could be a close game, but I'm going to pick it to be a close game. I'm going to say Notre Dame's going to beat Boston College 24-21. I want to pick Notre Dame by a lot more, but they have been very inconsistent on pulling away from teams that are worse. So I'm going to pick Notre Dame to win. But it's going to be close.
I'm going to go Notre Dame 38-31.
That's Notre Dame's running off a high from Clemson and Navy. They barely beat Navy. That didn't look very good.
Yeah, Navy always gives us troubles, man.
The Navy gives everybody trouble. I don't know, man. 21 seems high. I'm going to take Notre Dame to win, Boston College to cover. I'm going to say Notre Dame 35, Boston College 24.
All right.
Sounds pretty good. And then we got a little bit of little West Virginia, Kansas State, Morgantown.
It is a 7.5 point difference for that game.
So, guys, is it in Morgantown or in Manhattan?
In Morgantown.
Yeah, it's at West Virginia.
Mm-hmm. And Kansas State's going with Will Howard. They're not going to tough it out with that quarterback they had before.
Adrian Martinez, right?
Yeah. He stinks.
He's
gotten better this year. We'll give him that.
Better under Kansas State than he was under Nebraska. I mean, 48-0 over Oklahoma State has to account for something.
They do have a great running game with Deuce Vaughn.
True. And if Chris Klieman wins this game, he automatically gets a contract extension for another year.
That's a good incentive.
So what's your pick, Will?
I'm going to go Kansas State to win by a field goal. What WVU always seems to cover, so I'll give the Mountaineers the edge there, but I don't think they'll win straight up.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be an interesting game because if, normally you want to pick West Virginia because when they're at home, they're much better, and it's a tough place to play for a lot of other Big 12 teams. But like Like you guys were talking about, Will Howard is going to be playing at quarterback. You just kind of feel like that guy, he just plays better than Adrian Martinez. He can throw the ball over the field. I'm going to go with Kansas State to win 35-28 over West Virginia. But if Adrian Martinez was playing, I probably would have picked West Virginia. So I'm going Kansas State.
Well, something to remember is West Virginia is against their spread against the spread at home is 3-2. And here's what's going to happen.
Country road, take me home.
The last time that you played a song, Jackson, you got burned. I mean, should you do that?
I'm gonna do a little fun fact about
Oh
that song.
no!
Well,
So-
Bisco Inferno.
A little fun fact for country roads. So I live in the state of Virginia, not like West Virginia, and people always say that song is about just the western part of the Virginia, not actually West Virginia, because the Blue Ridge and the Shenandoah. Well, the Shenandoah for sure is only in Virginia. I think the Blue Ridge might trickle into West Virginia, but it's a fun fact that the song's actually not about West Virginia, even though that's the Mountaineers' national anthem. So, kind of funny.
Yeah, good point, Jeffrey. I'm going K-State. I'm not letting that happen to me again.
Jeffrey, I wish I would have known this before I made my pick.
What about you, Buckeye Mike?
7.5. Originally, I had West Virginia to cover, Kansas State to win.
Alrighty, man.
Through West Virginia covering. Kansas State is going to win this game. We're talking nail biter, probably 27, 24, 27, 21.
I just can't imagine being the guy that bet his money on West Virginia beating the spread against TCU a few weeks back. You know, it looks like West Virginia's going to beat spread, but then out of the blue, offsides on defense, penalty decline, touchdown. Just a little bit TCB spread. But here's a good one. The TCU Amphibia Horned Frogs and the Baylor Bear Necessity Bears. Jeffrey, who's your pick?
Well, I mean, I kind of have a conundrum here because of the fact that I feel TCU is going to go down. I really don't feel that they're going to go undefeated, but I picked against Baylor last week and it worked out. And I picked against TCU last week and picked Texas and that didn't work out. So I'm taking TCU over Baylor 31-24. I'm not making that mistake again.
What
So
about
you
you?
think they'll cover? Because the spread's only like 3.
Yeah, that's way too small for TCU.
Yeah.
They're showing that playoff committee who's boss. After Paul Feinbaum and Stephen A. Smith running their mouths on TCU, going, "Oh, they're horrible, they're horrible." Yep, exactly. Flapping that mouth. You got to tell Stephen A. that Bama, Ohio State, and Clemson are not the only teams in college football.
Yeah.
No offense, Buckeye Mike.
All right.
So who's your pick on TCU Baylor?
I'm going Baylor to cover and to win, with the spread only being 3. I'm going to say 33-27.
Baylor upsets in your eyes?
This week is the week, gentlemen. There is no way TCU is making it all the way undefeated. Mark's been right about that all along.
What about you, Will? Who's your pick?
Now, what's the TCU hand sign they do? I'm trying to.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it's like something like that or something.
Is it this? Okay. I'm not sure, but I'm going with the Horned Frogs. I'm backing them to win this game. I'm going to go 34-24. I think they'll keep it going.
I'll do one better, man. I say TCU 38, Baylor 21.
Man, those bare
What?
necessities hit you hard, man. You're really picking against them.
Hold on a second.
Ran against the world this Saturday.
Mhm.
Hold on
And
a second. Can we dive into this for a second? You guys realize the spread's only 3, right?
I think they'll pull away.
it's way too small for TCU. They're
I
going.
think that's our lock of the week, betting TCU to cover. So
Oh.
you can make some money off the young guns this week.
Possibly.
I would have been a bit more on Baylor's train if they hadn't lost 31-3 last week. I mean, that really kind of, took me off the train for them.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
you never know, man. You never know. We're not professionals here. Buckeye Mike back in the Bears, so you never
Not
know.
yet.
Yeah, I was gonna be modest and say, well, maybe we'll get there, but yeah.
I was watching last week's with you guys. And I remember the chat saying you guys are like the next college game day, and you guys needed a bear.
Mm-hmm.
What I agree with you though, Jeffrey. How are you, Desmond Howard? How?
I don't know. I think my picks are a bit better. Just a little bit.
I agree. You would be the Kirk Herbstreit, in my opinion.
Yeah, thanks.
And then we got a real hard game on Fox, the network that brings us Family Guy and The Simpsons.
And used to bring us American Dad.
Yep.
Mhm.
Good morning, USA. I got a feeling there's gonna be a
Wonderful day.
and it's Michigan, Illinois. Anybody really having a hard time over that? Who am I kidding?
I would have had a harder time before Illinois went on this 2-game losing streak. Or is it 3-game?
Two
No,
games.
Two. Yeah.
Can I start with this?
Sure.
Michigan's gonna win. Even though I need to go put mouthwash in my mouth now for saying that. I still was struggling with this game before making this pick. The spread's like 18. So Michigan's going to win. Illinois is going to cover. It's going to be like 42-28. I still think Illinois is very high-powered offense with the run game. And that's going to be the big blah, 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 starting to sound like freaking Porky the Pig. That's going to be the big key to watch for that game, in my opinion. It's probably going to be the run game for both teams.
What do you think, Will?
I'm thinking I'm going to go 49-14 Michigan. I don't know, man. I don't think Illinois is quitting, but I'm a little bummed out by them lately.
We need Illinois or Purdue to win the division. Sick and tired of seeing the same teams over and over. And I'm sick and tired.
I'm thinking Purdue will win. I think Purdue's
They are
bad.
all losing on purpose to avoid you guys and Michigan. I mean,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
So-
I think that I got Michigan to beat Illinois 35-17. I mean, I would say it would have been closer to, maybe if Illinois hadn't have lost their last 2 games, but they don't look like the same team right now. And Michigan, you could say maybe there'd be a slip up for the Ohio State game, but yeah, I don't think they're going to lose. I got them winning 35-17.
The only close to a slip up it's going to look like is if Michigan doesn't cover the spread. I think Michigan is still going to win the game. It's just, are they looking ahead to the point that they can still win because Illinois is on the decline? But looking ahead would be not covering the spread.
oh yeah. Well, it's gonna be Michigan 35-20.
They did look ahead in 2016, but that was in Kinnick, so I think it's a different.
Against Iowa, freshman kicker, last play of the game. By the way, how is Jackson? Oh, it's that way. How is Jackson Pat McAfee? We already said he's Lee Corso.
I don't
Maybe
know.
I'm a little bit of both. Who knows? I don't know. But let's see. Well, we got another hard one. It's not. It's Ohio State, Maryland. Buckeye, why don't you start?
Well, Ohio State's 27.5-point favorite. This is not 2018 with Dwayne Haskins, even though it sort of a little bit resembles it with CJ not really being a runner. Give me Ohio State to cover and win outright. I'm going to say Ohio State 56, Maryland 21. They're a little bit better than Indiana.
What's your final score prediction, Jeffrey?
I think that Ohio State's going to beat them 35-21. I think it might be a little bit closer, but we'll see. I mean, Maryland's historically played better against Ohio State. I remember that game that was like 52-49 or whatever. So I'll go a little bit, something like that. I'll go a little bit closer. So Ohio State's going to win the game, but they might keep it close. We'll see.
What's your prediction, Will?
I'm going Ohio State 63, Maryland 35. I'll give Maryland's offense a bit, but I don't trust that defense at all. And I think Maryland wants to – no, not Maryland. Ohio State wants to make a statement before the big game.
Yeah.
Here's my big question for the game. How far into the game is Ryan going to sit his starters just to keep them fresh from Michigan?
Good
Because
question.
that's going to be a big determination of what the outcome is going to be.
Well, let's see. Final score is going to be the Ohio State 45, the Maryland 20. Gonna be a good one.
We should just call every team, put the in front of it, you know, like the Washington, you know, the Stanford.
Oh,
We already got the game, so you might as well just the everything.
We all kind of
Ohio State trademarked it. They trademarked it.
Good thing you brought that up. You guys do know it's for marketing purposes only, right?
Yeah.
Because, like,
I get
I've seen in the Walmarts around me, I've seen the Scarlet and Grace hoodies in Walmart everywhere. It's for marketing. It's like the with underlined in gray bars.
I guess if we called every team B, we'd all sound like Starfire from Teen Titans saying B every.
Sorry, Will. I was trying to post the comment. Sorry, and then I went when you did it, and then I did the hide. But yeah, hold your tongue. Come on, man. I'm just saying everything.
Yeah, we're just having fun.
Hey, if Uncle Lou can get in on it and make fun of it for it, might as well.
And then we have a good one on ESPN Plus. Everybody can afford ESPN Plus. Hopefully. Liberty against Virginia Tech.
Now, I would think it would be great for my sister, who's a student at Virginia Tech, to get a big win against an in-state rival. I don't have much hope in the Hokies in this one, so I'm going to go roll with the Flames.
We should call this the Austin game, because if Austin was here, he wanted this game so bad. I mean, again, we're going to get to the play. It's coming. But the play is better than this game. But for the spirit of Austin, I will say this game is worthy of inclusion, and it's going to be a close game. Liberty's going to only beat Virginia Tech 24-21. I have it being a close game, but if it wasn't for the fact that Austin wanted this game so bad, Liberty's more likely going to blow them out. But I'll say 24-21 Liberty, but I'm not picking an upset here. I'm going Liberty.
Question is Hugh Freeze going to be 100% getting his team ready, or is he going to be calling up those sorority girls, you know, like he was at Ole Miss on the school payphone?
I don't know, man. With how bad VT's looking, I might be a little distracted too.
Yeah, and those little job offers too, which we're definitely going to get to. One coach that we know of is we hear rumors of in a little bit. But I'm going to go Liberty 35, Virginia Tech 20. What do you think, Buckeye Mike?
What's the spread on that?
Liberty's the favorite, it seems. They're 10-point favorite.
Let's see. Virginia Tech has been trash since Ohio State beat them in 15. Virginia Tech has now lost, 2-3 times?
They did win the ACC Coastal in 2016. They did win the Coastal in 2016.
I mean, come on. The ACC is complete garbage trash that I take out to my dumpster every week. Come on now.
I don't hear anybody in the ACC going, ACC, ACC. Oh.
Yeah, okay. You want to know who runs the ACC? And sorry, Will, it's not Notre Dame because they're not in the ACC.
I bet you it's Clemson.
Gave us that line and he bailed. Clemson.
You won the ACC, man. At least until the end of the
Clemson
year.
and everybody
At
else.
least until the end of the year. My pick is North Carolina to win the ACC. Beside the point. Virginia Tech has now lost to Old Dominion 3 times. Virginia Tech cannot handle these group of 5 small, crappy schools. Why? Give me Liberty.
Virginia Tech
Give me
misses
Liberty or give me death. Liberty 35, Virginia Tech 21. Cover the spread. We're getting out there with a win. Let's go.
So, what do we think about UVA possibly canceling the VT game? Like, do you want the rivalry to stay, or do you think that it should be canceled for what happened?
Sorry to jump on this first, but as a football fan, I don't want to see it canceled. But in my opinion, as a human being, I would completely understand if they do cancel the game because we need to give respect out of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys agree?
Yeah, I mean, like, whatever decision you want to make, we understand.
I mean, who knows what they're going to do. I mean, it's terrible for sure. But, I mean, I would probably say they'll play the game, but I'm not sure. I mean, who knows? Yeah. But it's sad for the – it shouldn't have happened for the players. It's terrible.
But I do wonder if they're gonna be able to play through the pain, so to speak, kind of like Connecticut with in 2009. You remember that guy? I think it was I forget who it was. It was Jasper Howard or somebody. That's his name. Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, since 1999, UVA has only won the game twice, the rivalry game.
Yeah, I think 16 was one of the times they won. I could be wrong, though.
Yeah, they've won it in 2003 and 2019. And the game's going to be in Blacksburg this year, and they haven't won in Blacksburg since 1998. So,
yeah. Oh, yeah, I got the name right. It was Jasper Howard. I do wonder if Virginia will do that this year, though.
I do agree with you, Jackson, that they should. They should have done the BYU Coastal Carolina thing. I agree with you. You're right, man. But they're not going to do it, and they should.
I know, right? I mean, they did it before in 2020, so I mean, why not? But Coastal Carolina is leading their division, the Sun Belt East, so they're going to make it to the Sun Belt title game 2 weeks from now. So that'll be pretty good. Our prayers go out to University of Virginia, and our prayers go out to their families, and we'll all be saying prayers for them before we all go to bed tonight, for sure.
Yep, it's horrible, man. I mean, it's just there's just things that happen that shouldn't happen, but they do because there's just lunatics out there, man. That's all I can say.
Well, that's the case, but I don't mean to pull on this blanket, but nobody wants to do anything to fix the problem. If people would do something to fix the problem, this wouldn't happen as often. It's still going to happen, but it wouldn't happen as often as it does. People don't People see there's a problem. The people in charge to fix the problem don't want to fix the problem.
Yeah. So, what we gotta do? We all gotta work together. That's all we gotta do. That way.
I think it's more than that because they don't want to freaking listen to us. They don't care.
Yeah. But here's our next game. Boise State and Wyoming. Little group of 5 matchup that we threw in there. That's on the CBS Sports Network.
Now, Andy Evalvos looked like he was on the hot seat, like entering in the conference season, because he did not do well this year out of conference. But it looked like he really got his team together, and they're probably the favorites to win the Mountain West again. I mean, that might say something about the Mountain West, but who knows? I mean, they're 14-point favorites against a team that's 5-1 in the Mountain West. So they're definitely the heavy favorites going into this one. But I don't think they'll cover the 14-point spread. But I do think that they'll win the game, the Broncos.
Yeah, I agree. I have that exact sentiment that they're not going to cover. I think it's going to be close because it's at Wyoming. I like to have a lot of picks closer just in case, because a lot of people predict blowouts, and then it's like, well, you got to take into account this. I mean, Boise State has been a good team, but they lost to BYU. So, I mean, BYU's down. So, Boise State's not that good.
Boise State also lost to UTEP.
Mm-hmm. So, they're a good team, but they're not Boise State of the past. And Wyoming, they've been kind of up and down as well. They started out the season terrible too, but they've bounced around and won some Mountain West games. But like you said, Will, I think the Mountain West might be a bit down this year at the top. So I'm going to pick Boise State to win over Wyoming 31-28, but I'm not super confident in it because I don't know how good Boise State is, but I'm going to go with Boise State by 3.
What about you, Buckeye Mike?
Let's see. It's not the Boise State from 2007, 2008.
Nope, that's not our daddy's Boise State.
It's not Wyoming with Josh Allen. So this thing could be a toss-up. I think you said the spread's 14.
Yeah, and it's at Wyoming.
That spread is way too big. Way too big. I agree with Jeffrey. I think I've been a diehard Boise State fan since that Fiesta Bowl. Well, diehard. Give me Boise 35, Wyoming 31.
You're going Boise? I'm
Yes,
gonna go.
sir.
I'm going Boise 35-31 on the Smurf turf. Well, it's not at Smurf turf, but if it was, they'd be playing the little Smurf song. Da 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 da. And we got another little easy one or hard one. What do you think, Jeffrey? Michigan State, Indiana.
Yeah, this one, I mean, I kind of feel like if Indiana was still bowl eligible, have a chance to make a bowl, that maybe, they'd have a chance. But, yeah, they're 3-7. They're not playing very good. I don't know if Tom Allen's completely lost his team, but they're playing, frankly, downright awful. Michigan State hasn't been that great either, but they've actually won a couple games that were at least decent wins. So I'm going to go with Michigan State to beat Indiana 28-17.
Oh, so you're Spartacus this Saturday.
Mm.
Ooh,
And it's at Michigan State, too.
Yeah. Cool. It's on Big Ten Network.
Yeah, Sparty got to win this game for bowl eligibility because they're 5-5 right now, and then they got Penn State afterwards in Happy Valley. So that'll be a tough one for Sparty. But, yeah, I mean, obviously their running game isn't the best. But, I mean, neither is Indiana's. Both of these guys just rely on their quarterbacks, Connor Bazelak and Peyton Thorne. And Payton Thorne's just been a bit better. It's in East Lansing. It could snow again because it snowed last year during this time in East Lansing. That would be fun. But I think so. Yeah, I think Sparty wins and they cover the 10.
Well, Indiana might not even be going with Connor Bazelak. I don't know. He might start, but they might go with Dexter Williams because
Okay.
Indiana's offensive line is garbage, and Connor Bazelak's getting destroyed out there. I mean, he was playing against Ohio State. The game was 21-0, and then they took him out, and Dexter Williams came in and at least scored 2 touchdowns. So they might go with Dexter Williams. I'm not sure exactly who's going to be the starting quarterback, but yeah, it still isn't going to change my decision. I'm still going Michigan State regardless who the quarterback is.
Here's your pick there, Buckeye.
Well, let's see. Games in East Lansing. We said the spread's what, 10? That's too big for two shitty teams. It's too much, man. Number 3. Did you just give credit to Payton Thorne, Will?
He looked good the past 2 weeks. He's looked good the past 2 weeks. I mean, against Illinois and Rutgers, but he has looked good the past 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So a crappy quarterback looks good against two crappy teams. Okay, or average in Illinois. I think Illinois is kind of fake, honestly. So crappy
Rutgers
quarterback
isn't
looks good against two crappy teams. Come on, man. Bazelak ain't much better, but Bazelak's better than Payton Thorne. Shoot
Well,
the backup.
Payton Thorne doesn't have any much of a running game.
Come on, man.
Neither is Indiana. I mean, Indiana's run game's even worse. At least Michigan State's got a running back from Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Indiana has nothing.
I mean, that may be, but that running back from Michigan State's not Kenneth Walker.
Oh, no. I'm just saying that Will's saying that Payton Thorne hasn't had much of a run game. Indiana has no run game. There's a difference between not having much of a run game versus no run game.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid that we're about to experience that. The difference. Anyway, enough of my spiel. In honor of Jeffrey, give me Michigan State 28, Indiana 27, because that spread is way too much. Indiana will cover.
Yeah, that would at least be it would be cool to watch. Like, you have to turn the game off by half, man. I mean, it's all the games that they've had in the last couple of weeks. Like Penn State, I mean, they're usually competitive with Penn State, and they haven't even been competitive with Penn State anymore. I mean, they've really fallen apart.
Who, Indiana?
Yeah.
You mean this one right here?
Yeah.
Well, Buckeye Mike, I say, here's what I got to say. Not so fast on the cover, my friend. It's going to be just 1 point by Michigan State. Michigan State's going to win 28-17.
That's exactly my score. I said 28-17.
He said the same. He said the same score that I had for another game. Oh, the Boise State game.
And let's see. We got ourselves another challenging game, and it's SEC on CBS. Oh, who am I kidding? This is an easy game. This is an easy game. Georgia, Kentucky. Only hard part is the final score.
Yeah. This game is like they couldn't find a game for CBS, so you got to put the number 1 team, on there. It's like they wish Kentucky had to beat Vanderbilt so Kentucky to still been ranked. So that really hurt the look of this game. But yeah, Georgia's gonna win easy, 35-17. I mean, this game's not gonna be close.
I'm going Georgia 45-20.
So this game, I think we're gonna have the fat cat in Kentucky versus like the dog, and then the dog's gonna chase down the cat and then just destroy it. So yeah, I'm going all Georgia in this one. I'm gonna go Georgia 49, Kentucky 21.
What do you think, Buckeye Mike?
Well, let's see. Kentucky, Georgia. Georgia, number 1 team. It's in Athens, isn't it?
Oh, it's at Kentucky.
Oh, it's at Kentucky. Spread's 22.5.
They're going over it.
Georgia has struggled against worse teams, Kent State and Missouri. Give me Kentucky to cover it at 22.5 spread, but Georgia will win this game. Georgia will win 49-28.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I had Georgia not covering as well by my score, but I don't think Kentucky's going to put up that many points on Georgia, man. Kentucky, their offense isn't actually that good. So if Georgia is not going to cover, it's going to be a lower scoring game like Missouri with 26-22, in my opinion.
Yeah. But, yeah, give me them dogs.
Then we got another game on ESPN Plus. I hope everybody's able to watch ESPN Plus this weekend because this next game is going to be very good. It's from the AAC. East Carolina being on a Big 12 kill list. They kill BYU. They kill Central Florida. They could kill Cincinnati last Friday. But they may just kill Houston at home. What does everybody else think?
I think they're eating some wild cougar tomorrow on Saturday in Greenville. I'm going ECU 56, Houston 35, and Houston's defense is terrible. Like Dana Holgorsen does not know how to build a defense. So going Pirates big.
What's your take?
I think this game's going to be closer. I picked a lot of these closer, but this one, Houston can put up points, and ECU they can score. I think ECU's offense is pretty good, but they've won a lot of games like in the 20s and low 30s. And Keaton Mitchell got banged up in the Cincinnati game. From all I've heard, he will play against Houston, but he might not be 100% because he got knocked out pretty good. So I got ECU beating Houston. I think, where's my score at?
I don't claim none of them.
35-31. So I think it's gonna be close, but I got 35-31. ECU.
Why even bother? Because we got to have something to talk about. That's why we bother.
Well, and they're all joining.
People are already clarifying Texas and Oklahoma as SEC teams. So why not claim these crappy, below average AAC teams as Big 12?
They need to take ECU, man.
Maybe they should. They're 2-1.
What's the spread on that game?
Well, who are you taking on this game, Mike?
What's the spread on that?
I don't know. I have to look it up. I'm not sure.
ECU -6.
Mm-hmm.
6. Jesus Christ. How stupid are they?
That's free money right there, man. That's free money.
Houston does not have a friggin' defense. Did anybody watch the Houston SMU game? SMU
yeah,
put
but
up
neither is SMU, man. I mean, Tulane's putting up points pretty easy on them.
I thought that was a basketball game.
Exactly. But my point is, our focus is currently on Houston.
Yep.
Houston has no defense.
Mm-hmm.
I pray to God that the ECU player that got knocked into 20 years from now is okay. Mm-hmm. Did everybody see that hit? Oh my God, that was
that's
crazy.
what I was talking about. If he's not healthy or not able to play, this game could be closer because Holt Naylor's going to have to do everything on his own in the passing game. And Keaton Mitchell's fantastic. So I think that if he's not 100%, like I said, I think ECU is going to barely win. But if Keaton Mitchell's playing and he's 100%, he's back from the injury to his head, then I think that I think ECU will win by more. But I'm just picking it safe 35-31 because I don't know how
right
he's going to be.
That's probably why they went -6 on this, honestly. Give me ECU to win and cover. If he's okay, your prediction's probably right in the ballpark of 35, 31, 31, 28. If he's back, give me ECU 42, Houston 12.
Oh, easy.
How does Houston score less with Keaton Mitchell back? You're saying it's going to be like 35-28, but then with Keaton Mitchell's back, it's going to be 42-12. I mean, he's not on defense.
I'm going to go ECU on this one. I go with those Pirates. 38-28. Then we got the battle of backups between Louisville and NC State. And it's at Louisville, friends. Louisville is a 4-point favorite. Well, 4.5 favorite. And it's on ESPN3.
Which is basically ESPN Plus.
I have no idea who to
ACC,
pick.
why does the ACC do that? They're the only ones that does that ESPN3 stuff. They always
Because
do
they have
that.
a bad TV contract.
Yeah.
No one has it anymore.
Why do you think the Big Ten left the ESPN family?
Yeah, but then they're going to Peacock though, man.
The city teams like Rutgers are going to Peacock unless they're playing like Ohio State, Michigan.
Or maybe like Paramount Plus.
Something tells me you watch Paramount Plus, Jackson.
You're gonna be on the same streaming service as SpongeBob, man.
We never will be, but
Rutgers.
Aye, matey. That's a first down.
And I think it's going to be a Louisville victory. And my final score prediction is going to be 31-24. What's your pick, Mike?
let's see. Louisville. I'm going to take Louisville and NC State because no way is Louisville beating the Hills Kentucky team next week. Give me Louisville 27, NC State 24.
Man, that is so close to what I picked. It's unreal. I agree. NC State, man, you lost to Boston College. NC State's not the same team without Devin Leary. Louisville, they still look okay. So I'm gonna go with Louisville 28-24 over NC State. I think they're gonna lay the 4 touchdowns, no field goals.
Your pick, Will.
I
agree.
don't know who to go with, so I'm going to go with Louisville on a last-second field goal, 31-28.
Louisville on the last second field goal.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So nobody picked NC State, huh?
No.
Hey, speaking of SpongeBob, did you guys know originally SpongeBob was supposed to be on Adult Swim?
Oh, I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because originally SpongeBob was supposed to be gay for Patrick, so it was supposed to be on Adult Swim.
I don't know, man. That SpongeBob was kind of flirty with Sandy in season 1, but then they kind of like quit doing that.
Well, yeah, because they had to move it to Nick.
The clam episode was kind of just a dead giveaway to me. You know, like as a little boy, like I didn't exactly know what gay meant, but I thought to myself, SpongeBob's kind of a girly boy. So,
Yeah.
He's a little girly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, season 3 had that episode with the clam or whatever, the scallop, man. Like, it was.
Like when Nickelodeon was talking about it in 2020, I was like when my sister was telling me, "Oh, yo, Spud, did you hear about it?" It was like, I thought everybody knew that.
Thought everybody knew that.
SpongeBob, the mom, and Patrick's the dad, you know, with the snails and all. So I mean, that was a dead giveaway in of itself.
I told you.
But we have to get back to some real business, which is Wake Forest, Syracuse.
Two teams that fell from grace.
Yeah, I'm going Wake. Nobody's having a hard time with it.
Oh, you talking about this game here? Syracuse isn't winning, man. They scored 3 points against Florida State. Well, I got Wake Forest 35-24 over Syracuse. Wake Forest has at least still been competent. No. Syracuse, they don't have a chance.
Oh, you stole my score, Jeffrey. I'm going to have to try to come up with a new one. I'll add a field goal, 38-14.
You picked Wake, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Wake winning 38-21.
You got that too, Mike? Or?
Actually, yeah. It's 10 for the spread. Give me 38-28 because it don't matter. They're both Notre Dame's bitch. So
Yeah.
Oh, and then we got a real rivalry game coming up because this is kind of like a appetizer rivalry week this week.
Oak State and Oklahoma.
We'll get to that in a bit. The
Oh,
Kansas, the Kansas Jayhawks and the Texas Longhorns on Fox.
I'm so glad you're doing this game, bro. I was like, don't do the play. We got to do that toward the end. That's one of the best games of the week, man.
Oh, yeah. We're saving that for
Hey,
last.
we're finally going to get to see Joel Klatt and Gus Johnson on the 8 o'clock game. They're calling USC UCLA. So
it's because the noon game's no good.
what is the new game?
They should have put that game on Fox.
Illinois, Michigan.
Oh,
Kansas, Texas should be the big noon game.
yeah.
They would have done it if Texas was ranked, right?
Yeah. At least there's no simps in the playoff committee for Texas.
They're probably 26th.
But they got enough. There's enough of those simps at ESPN.
What's the spread on this one, Jackson?
Texas -9. But the stat that I want to go over for the past 3 games of Texas, Kansas. 2019, Kansas stopped Texas from winning in regulation. 2020, Kansas stopped Texas quarterback Sam Ellinger from breaking Colt McCoy's record. And in 2021 of last year, Kansas ended bowl eligibility shot for the Texas Longhorns at Texas. This year, it's in Lawrence.
Guys,
Yeah,
horns
well,
up.
This game right here, man. I mean, you got. I picked with the TCU Baylor game. I was like, I picked against TCU, and I picked against Baylor, and then you had Baylor. So I'm going. I went TCU now because Baylor's really struggling. But in this game, I picked Kansas to beat Texas Tech, and they lost, and I picked Texas to beat TCU, and they lost. So both of them lost. So I'm very conflicted on who to pick. But I'm still going to go with Kansas to beat Texas 24-21. I'm giving the Jayhawks. Come on. Do it for me this week. Texas was the big letdown. I'm going Kansas.
What? Well, what's your prediction on this one?
I'm doing Texas is driving down for the winning score. Quinn Ewers throws an interception, takes it back to the house. Kansas 31, Texas 24.
Woo, here we go. What about you, Mike? Hey, Mike.
Will, how does Texas manage to score 24 points after scoring 10 points?
TCU's defense is a little better.
Ugh, dude. Give me Kansas to cover and win this game. It's going to be Kansas 21 Texas 9.
Well,
Because
go ahead.
Quinn Ewers, as much as I liked him in Ohio State, freaking baby running off back home, freaking using us.
He took your money and ran.
Yeah, freaking bank robber, dude. He's not that good. He's good. Because no offense, Jackson, but y'all should have lost to Texas.
Oh, none taken. I mean, if it weren't for Bryce Young and Quinn Ewers, if Quinn Ewers had been healthy, it'd have been a Texas victory for sure.
Yeah.
So,
Because what I don't get is that play in the end zone. How is that not a safety?
It was a safety. I was watching it while I was shopping, and I was like on a small phone screen. I'm like, that's a safety. Like, what are you doing?
They didn't call it a safety. What the? Y'all should have lost, even with that play. How does it happen? Oh my God. I have no faith in Texas. In fact, Alabama is going to slaughter them next year in Tuscaloosa. I'm going to call it now.
So I got a question for all you guys then. Do you think if Hudson Card was the quarterback that they beat Kansas?
I don't know.
Still no.
It's
I
worse.
mean, he looked like a deer in headlights in Fayetteville last year.
Yep.
I just can't take that out of my mind.
Oh, forgot to mention that if Kansas beats Texas, they basically prevent Texas from any shot of going to the Big 12 title game. And do I say the Dogs win? Yes, I do. The underdogs will win 28-24.
Here's another fun fact. If Kansas wins, Uncle Lou doesn't turn over his Texas helmet to be right side up. It's still upside down with the Kansas helmet on top of it.
That's what we all want.
Out. Then we got Iowa State and Texas Tech.
Jeffrey's like, I don't care.
Jeffrey, who you got?
Yeah, Texas Tech, they're much better at home. They're way better at home. And when they're on the road, they're horrible. I'm going to go Iowa State 31-28. And I feel almost bad for picking against Texas Tech against Kansas because it was at home. But like I said, I would pick Texas Tech, but they're not very good on the road. So I'm going Iowa State 31-28.
I would be more inclined to pick Iowa State, but they were only won one conference game, and it's against West Virginia. And West Virginia can't win away from home either. And that was in I can't think of Iowa State Stadium's name. It was in Ames. So I'm picking Texas Tech here. I just don't trust Iowa State enough. I don't think they're that good.
What do you think, Mike?
What's the spread?
Let's see. It's at Iowa State, and they're 3.5 favorites. But Matt Campbell usually does not do well when he's a 3.5 favorite or a 3.5 underdog.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But
Xavier
Hutchinson leads the country in receptions and ranks third nationally in receiving yards. Texas Tech has the top passing offense in the league, and Iowa State has the top passing defense in the league.
3 words for you. Fighting Matt Campbell's. Give me Iowa State to win. Give me Texas Tech to cover. We're going to get a 30-27, 27-24 kind of game here.
Yeah. Well, sorry in advance for saying this, but not so fast, my friend. I'm going Iowa State 31, Texas Tech
3-1, baby. Can't pick Tech on the road, man.
Exactly.
It's like trying to pick Alabama on the road this year. Alabama should have 5 losses.
At least they beat Ole Miss kind of convincingly. Kind of.
They won by 6 points.
I know, but they look bad. Texas, they should have lost. Okay, I mean 100%, no doubt about it, for sure.
Texas, they should have lost. A&M, they should have lost. They lost to Tennessee.
And that
They
was
lost
at home.
Then we got a little
all the way to the Vikings.
No, I was talking about the A&M game. I said the A&M game was at home for Alabama, and they almost lost.
Yeah, like Bama didn't have Bryce that game, but like here's the thing with A&M.
Yeah, you're trying to tell me the Texas A&M game was at A&M this year, or was that Alabama?
Well, no, like I was talking about, like Bryce wasn't there this year playing against A&M, but like A&M this year, they bring their A game against teams like Bama, right? But they bring their down game against everybody. I mean, I know, like, there was one example a little bit before they played South Carolina. 3 of the little freshmen from the #1 recruiting class were smoking those little joints for the game. Like, I'll tell you, if Nick Saban caught them doing that, they'd have been – Miss Terry would have had them running laps. Oh, they'd be running on treadmills.
So, Jackson, what you're saying is A&M is Notre Dame on a worse scale?
A&M is just the most disappointing team in college football this year. I mean, they're 6th in the nation to start off the year. And then they are 3-7, don't even make a bowl game. And here's one better. Desmond Howard had them winning it all against Michigan in the preseason.
Oh, that's possible. I swear, this proves the point that, to me, some people that graduate from Michigan are dumber after they graduate. So what's that say about the university?
So there you go.
I don't know if One Scoop John would like that though. I mean,
that's all ego, guys. I don't mean it. That's all.
I know.
Ego, or not ego, persona. That's all persona, guys.
I know. I'm just messing around, man.
No, it's for the chat. I'm a diehard Buckeye. I have respect for Michigan. Michigan's a good team. 9 times out of 10, they scare the shit out of me. I'm just playing a role, guys. It's okay. Don't take it seriously. Even though I have to talk to you guys like a 5-year-old because you take offense to everything Ohio State fans say. It's okay.
Especially the weather.
Lollipop, you can go back to your bedroom.
Especially the weather. They hate the weather.
Hey, I mean, look, I have said this for 3 weeks now. The weather was a factor for Northwestern. The weather was not the factor. Granted, winds were like 80 miles an hour in the Northwestern game. It was not the factor because you have to be able to run the ball. If your line can't freaking grab the guy and force him one direction to open a gap for the running back to run through, there's no way you can have a running game because you have to go north and south for a run game. You can't pop it to the outside and go east and west, then try to go north and south. You have to go north and south.
Let's see. Well, speaking of someone who left Texas A&M, we got Mike Elko and the Duke Blue Devils against the Pittsburgh Panthers on the ACC network at 11 a.m. What's your pick, Mike?
Is this a basketball game?
Oh, that would be an easy win, man.
That would be an easy win for Duke. I mean, come on. First of all, who cares about this game? Honestly. Second of all, what is Duke anyway? Do they have anything on the line?
They beat up on Miami.
Yeah.
Are they bowl eligible already?
Oh yeah,
They're
they're
7-3.
Yeah.
What's
Are they 6-4?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
at
6-4.
I could care less because they're both bowl eligible. I guess give me Pitt to make their resume look a little better for a bowl game. Give me 31-30 Pitt. This game could go either way for me.
I'm gonna say Pitt 31, Duke 24.
I got Pittsburgh 28, Duke 24. I mean, I want to pick Duke, but I think Duke is kind of like Illinois, maybe not the same degree because no one ever thought like Duke was that good, but Duke's not. They're not that good, even though they're 7-3. The ACC's been really struggling, so I'm gonna go with Pitt 28-24.
Hey, Will, Joey thinks you're gonna beat him up later.
I'm going. Yeah. I know. Joey, keep quiet. Keep quiet over there, Joey. Okay. I'm going 28-21 Pitt.
There you go.
Can we talk about one special game?
What's that?
Depends on what it is.
Texas A&M UMass.
Oh, come on.
Oh
man.
my! Why even waste our time with this
We're
garbage?
ruining the channel. The views are tanking right now. It's even worse than Liberty Virginia Tech.
Now, can our guy,
I'm not messing with
Dr.
you.
Blitz, Don Brown, pull a rabbit out of his hat and give Big Jimbo get his buyout now? Is there a chance that UMass can do it?
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, this will be the only game the SEC does not win. Give me UMass and the Fighting Minutemen to win this game 31-30, so we can start to see goodbye the end of Jimbo. Screw you, Jimbo, because you can't win worth a damn.
Well,
You
said
picking you picking this, Jackson? You picking this game?
Might as well say, not so fast, Buckeye Mike. I gotta go Aggie.
SEC homer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Buck. I want to pick UMass, man, but they are.
You guys are probably right. That was kind of
So
just.
I'm gonna go with Texas A&M to beat UMass 21-17. Jimbo's gonna get it done. He's barely gonna get it done.
So, Will, you got A&M or UMass?
It's at A&M. It better be at A&M.
I gotta go with UMass here. I think that Haynes King, he just turns the ball over too much, man. Like when I watched this guy against Florida, I was watching because it was like really the only close game that was left at the news slot a couple weeks ago when I was at the restaurant in South Bend before the game. I was like, what's this guy doing, man? He's just handing the Gators the game. So I think the Minutemen will pull it out. Let's go 13-9 just for Joey.
Question about Jimbo. Does he cut bail on A&M like he did Florida State? Because I don't think they're going to fire him after this year. But if they do fire him, they're going to negotiate with him to cut that buyout down to pieces.
Yeah, Mark said somebody paying another coach because of what they did. Here's the thing: Texas A&M. Hey Jimbo, I know you're not listening, but where you screwed up was when you let Zach Calzada leave. He was the best quarterback you had. He was even better than Kellen Mond because you know what? He could actually beat Alabama. Most quarterbacks that can beat Alabama deserve to stay where they were at. Why do you think Stetson Bennett's still at Georgia?
Well, I mean, that's a true point, though, man. But you got to imagine that Alabama was a better football team when Kellen Mond played them. And they almost beat Alabama a couple times.
I still think Calzada's better than Mond.
Is he even playing? Like, he don't play at all, does he?
Where he transferred to? I don't think so.
And so I mean,
He's at Auburn.
Yeah, and all. I mean, what they got? T.J. Finley and Robbie Ashford. So I mean, where's he at?
Finley was garbage. They should have benched TJ after the Penn State game. Really? You're going to play a Big Ten school, trying to say SEC better than a Big Ten. You go out and put 12 points on the board.
Robbie Ashford's in there now. I mean, Robbie Ashford's really just a running back.
Hey, Cadillac Williams, put in Zach Calzada, and you will beat Alabama next week.
I hope he does, man. That would be, I mean, not for your dad's sake, Jeffrey, but that would be entertaining.
Well, I mean, my thing is that, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, Zach Calzada, I mean, he beat Alabama. That was kind of a fluky game. It was kind of a fluky game. I'm not saying that he's not capable, but I do agree he's better than the other quarterbacks they have. And plus, just in my opinion, I've never been sold on big quarterbacks. You know, the tall, the NFL frame 6'6", 7 type guys. They always stink. I mean, Tanner McKee's getting NFL draft hype at Stanford. He's not going to do anything. More likely, I could be completely wrong, and Tanner McKee's the best quarterback in the NFL history. I don't think that guy's that good, and Stanford's offensive line is horrible, but he gets way too much hype. TJ Finley got too much hype. Brock Osweiler, Paxton Lynch. These guys, 6'6" or higher is a curse. You cannot take these guys. They're overhyped.
Yes. Why do you think? I think it was Paxton Lynch was Mr. Irrelevant the year he was drafted.
No, it was somebody from Ole Miss, actually. I think that's who it was. Yeah.
Ever since the Browns got rid of Baker, love you, Bake, and got that freaking pedophile ass person, yeah, screw the NFL, dude. College football is where it's at.
We're gonna promote it.
There we go. We're getting there. We got a little revenge from the Razorbacks of Arkansas coming up against the Ole Miss Johnny Yuma Rebels. Who's gonna dare pick Arkansas? I'm not. I'm picking the Rebels, Ole Miss.
I'm part of an Arkansas fan base channel on Facebook, or fan base page on Facebook. So I need to go on record and say I'm taking Arkansas.
Think they'll have KJ Jefferson back?
That's the key. If they got KJ back, they can probably win this game. If he doesn't play, it's over. And Ole Miss is going to win this game.
Well,
I agree with that 100%. And since we don't know if he's playing, I'm not picking him. I'm going Ole Miss 28, Arkansas 24. You should have beat LSU. You couldn't even get more than 10 against LSU. You would have knocked them out of the playoff. The 3-team SEC playoff would have been officially dead if you just had a beaten LSU, Arkansas. You couldn't do it, so I'm picking Ole Miss.
Ole Miss 31-14.
Ole Miss 31-24. You got
Not so fast, my friend. It's going to be Arkansas 31. Ole Miss 28.
not so fast, my friend. Ole Miss Rebels 31, Arkansas 24.
I think if KJ doesn't play, it's going to be Jackson's score or worse.
Yeah, you got the Rebs, Will.
Yep, I said 34-21, I think.
Well, onward to the rivalry games, the Florida Rosedale, the battle of the Big Ten West between.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Joey. The reason why, man, I would have picked them, but again, as you can see, K-State beat Baylor by a good bit. So I mean,
wanted
I
to
don't
go
know.
with West Virginia, but I kind of realized I don't want this to be a repeat of last Saturday.
It's all right there. I did. I picked West Virginia. It's all right there.
So you want me to change that to West Virginia, Buckeye Mike?
No. Come on, Jackson. Don't do it. Don't
You gotta show our thick
K-State.
skin. You
Don't
gotta
leave
show our
the
thick
K-State
skin.
train.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're right. I did pick Kansas State. It was West Virginia cover. You good?
Yes.
Yeah.
K-State.
Well, then we got the Florida Rosedale between the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Now, Muhammad Abram is number 1 in the nation in rushing touchdowns, and he's number 4 in yards per game. And they are taking on the Iowa defense, who is 8th in the FBS versus the run. Now, here's a little stat for the Big Ten West. Now, Iowa has to beat Minnesota and Nebraska, and they're going to need some help here and there. And, well, I had some notes somewhere, but I'll find them later after the show. But I'm going to go. But who's going to go first on this one?
So the Gophers haven't
You got Gophers?
So the
Joey's
Gophers
messing
haven't.
this up, man.
So the Gophers haven't won the pig since 2014. They haven't been able to hold it up. I can't see that happening. I'm going with the Hawkeyes 13-9.
What do you think, Jeff?
I'm about to pick it, but I don't know what Joey's talking about. Thank you, Buckeye. He picked K-State too. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I did
He
realize
did not.
that.
So you can't dance at his wedding either. What are you talking about, man?
You know what, Joey? That's okay because I'm never getting married, so that's cool.
No.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. I don't know.
Well,
But
I mean, you never can tell what the future holds. So
the Floyd of Rosedale, this game has one of the coolest / lamest trophies ever. Some days I think it's cool. Some days I don't think it's not. But right now I think it's cool. And I think we're going to get a cool win for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Their first win since 2015. I think Minnesota is going to beat Iowa 21-17.
I'm going to say, you got Iowa or Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Minnesota? Well, not so fast, my friend. I'm going Iowa 21, Minnesota 17.
That's my score, but flip 21-17 Minnesota. And that is our first disagreement. Like, we've picked like consistently the same way the whole time. And I almost picked Iowa, but I don't know. That offense is just a little bit worse. I did the yards per game. I actually statted their yards on offense and defense. I was only averaging 260 yards of offense, and Minnesota's averaging 400 yards of offense. And on defense, they're both around in the two. I think I was like 260 giving up on defense, Minnesota 270. That pushed it over the edge for me. I think Minnesota is going to do a little bit better on offense, just a little bit. I know Iowa's defense is really good, but that offense is still that bad. So I'm going Minnesota.
What's your pick, Buckeye?
2 words for you. Spencer Petras, or however the heck you say his name.
Petras.
Petras. He is garbage. The crappiest quarterback I've seen in a long time. Like, legitimately. Like, I say Bryce Young is crappy, but it's just because I have so much hatred towards Alabama. Bryce Young is actually good. Anyway, Iowa is not going to win this game, and it's not because I don't want to see them in the Big Ten Championship. Minnesota has a run game. Minnesota can convert that run game, or not convert, transform that run game into a pass game by flanking Muhammad Ibrahim. Minnesota is going to win this game 20-17 and take home that trophy. Woo! Ski-ma.
Well, I have to say, not so fast, my friend, Buckeye, because I'm going Iowa in a low-scoring game. And we got
Who did you pick, Will?
I picked Iowa.
Okay, so 2-2. Yeah, I wanted to go Iowa. I really did, man. But that Petras guy.
Offense is trash. Iowa's offense is trash. They don't have one.
Iowa's been able to run the ball the past few weeks. That's why that's what tipped me over the edge.
Okay. So you're gonna beat a Minnesota team as a one-dimensional team? Come on now. You
You saw
cannot
what
have
Notre Dame did against Clemson. You saw what Notre Dame did against Clemson.
defense wins ball games.
okay.
Caleb Johnson only ran for 57 yards and a touchdown in their last game, and he was their leading back. So they didn't run the ball that good, and they played Wisconsin.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
Do you guys want to guess Spencer Petras' QBR for fun?
It's probably like 9. Let's be honest.
I was gonna be generous and go like 20.
Come on, Jeffrey. It's like 9.
Jackson?
15.
25.8.
Yes,
that's
I told you
garbage.
20.
That is garbage.
They probably rigged the number though, but 20.
Yes, they had to rig it. There's no way. 25? Come on. Guy can't complete a pass. The run game is trash. The
He threw
defense
for
is
92, so he
fake
completed
good.
something.
The defense is fake good. Like, I mean, seriously, you're the best defense in the country, and Ohio State puts up 54 on you. Come on.
I guess there was
Like,
no weather problems in that one. That's why Ohio State, Florida.
What was that? Well, 40 years ago, this little play happened.
We're so glad this made the show too. It almost didn't if Austin had his way, and he's not even here.
what the heck?
It's
40 years ago.
it's the band, dude. It's the band. The play.
Oh, he's playing the audio from that. Okay.
Yeah. My dad didn't know what the play was, but he knew what it was when he saw it. He just didn't remember it as the play. When he saw it, he's like, "Oh, that play." I'm like, "Yeah, the play." He knew it. He saw it.
The play.
Yeah. I don't know how to show. I don't know if Will, do you know how to show the little video on the thing, right? Yeah, because I have no clue.
I'm going to do it one sec.
Yeah. What's your pick on it, Jeffrey?
Oh,
Yeah, what's your
3 and 7. They're both. It's at 4:30 p.m.
full screen that thing? Come on now.
we're gonna get copyrighted again, man. The bare necessity I thought was gonna get over the top.
Get him! Get the freaking guy! Come on!
Look at that.
Oh my
Man
God!
is all over the field.
On the field. The band is on
Touchdown,
the field.
California.
Touchdown, Cal! The band is on the field.
I love 80s frames, man. Look how bad that P is. It's like 80.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
So
Okay, that was a little weird.
on nostalgia, I mean, it's Throwback Thursday for.
I knew that. Oh my God!
Yeah, so you asked my pick on the play. So will there be a play that's run right in this game? I don't know. Both teams are pretty bad. They're both 3 and 7. I did a full breakdown of the statistics on this game, and I think California, their defense is better than Stanford's. Both offenses are bad. So since California's defense is a little bit better than Stanford's, I'm gonna go with California to beat Stanford 24-21, and also because they won the play 40 years ago, they're gonna win it again. But it probably will be in less exciting fashion.
So Cal couldn't beat Notre Dame at their worst. Stanford could beat Notre Dame at their worst. So I'm going to lean Stanford to win.
Stanford only upsets good teams, though, man.
I was going to say, I thought Notre Dame was on the rise when Stanford beat them.
They beat Arizona State, too.
15 to
Come
4.
on.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm doing it for Jordan. I'm doing it for my man Jordan. They rejected him. They rejected him, and I'm going to reject them for revenge. So I'm going Stanford 28, Cal 24.
How about you, Mike?
Welcome to Only Talk Sports, where we talk sports every day, or at least we try to.
Come on, man. You're making fun with slogan. It's my intro, man. What are you doing? No one will ever respect me again.
We're going to talk about Stanford versus Cal in 2022.
Hey, I did, man. I did.
Both teams suck like both teams suck. This game shouldn't even be on TV. Oh my God.
It's on the Pac-12 network, so it's not.
Oh That's good. Thank God. We're not gonna waste anybody's time because this is gonna be a field goal fest, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know who the kickers are for either team, but it's gonna come down to the last play of the game. It's gonna be 15 all. Stanford kicker's gonna run out onto the field, and by the grace of God, Stanford and David Shaw, the ultimate perfectionist that's better than Jim Harbaugh, is going to upset Cal 18-15.
Well, Mike, I'm just going to say, not so fast, my friends. I got to go Cal 25, Stanford 24.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is why we need to talk about this. Guess what Austin don't understand? Cal Stanford is we didn't get this good of a conversation with Liberty Virginia Tech. This is why we needed to talk about Cal Stanford.
I mean, I could have, but I wanted to save my best impression for last.
Thank you. Oh, and here's a bigger and better rivalry that is unfortunately
Yeah, we'll have one more.
because of, well, obvious reasons. Conference
Bedlam.
Oh, yeah. The Bedlam.
Yes.
The Oklahoma Sooners and the Oklahoma State Cowboys.
Guys, how long do you think Brent Venables is going to last in Norman? It's not going well.
Give him to have a full class.
Yeah. I mean, Lincoln Riley took the offense with him, so.
Give him 2 more years.
But
He'll
it's the
figure it out.
defense that's been bad. So
The problem is, by the time Brett Venables figures it out, they're going to play Alabama in the SEC on a consistent basis.
Yeah. So, will I have to write that down for Oklahoma State? Or no?
For who?
For Will.
What's up?
He's trying to get your pick.
Oh, Oklahoma State. I'm going to go 42-38.
Who did you pick? Did you pick Jackson?
Not yet.
I didn't think you did. All right. I think I want to pick Oklahoma. It's at Oklahoma. I really do. But they are horrible. Dylan Gabriel returned, and they did look pretty good against Kansas, but they've kind of trailed off a bit again. I'm going to go with Oklahoma State to beat Oklahoma 31-28.
Mike, what's your pick?
We're at Oklahoma, right?
Yep. Boomer Sooner.
Boomer Sooner. The Cowboy finally repeats. Guys, this game is only a 7-point spread. Oklahoma is favored, which is stupid. Why is Oklahoma favored in this game? Give me the other OSU to win on a last-second field goal, 45-42.
Well, my friends, I just have 5 words to say. Not so fast, my friends. I'm going Boomer Sooner.
I almost did.
38-35.
I almost did, but they look bad. I mean,
yeah, but they're at home now. The weather's on their side. Last week
they lost to the bare necessities at home.
They lost to Kansas State at home. And Adrian Martinez.
The bare necessities beat them, and K-State blew out the bare necessity. That was the deciding pick for me. That's why I picked Oklahoma State. It all comes down to Baylor. What Baylor does to you is starting to influence my pick. I'm just picking against Baylor. Baylor beat Oklahoma. I'm going Oklahoma State.
And we have ourselves two of the best games for last. And we want to love to the Pac-12. I'm like, yeah. Somebody's got to, so we got to. The Oregon Donald Ducks and the Utah Utes at ESPN, 9:30 p.m. One thing to remember, it's likely that Bo Nix is out on Saturday night.
No Bo, no win. I'm going Utes 31, Oregon 14.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I mean, I was going to pick Oregon, but since it doesn't look like Bo Nix is going to play, I'm going with Utah too because I don't like to pick Utah on the road. Utah is horrible on the road. They're a way better team at home, but since Bo Nix doesn't like he's going to be playing, I will go Utah 35-31 over Oregon, but I am not confident about it.
How about you, Mike?
Oh, let's see. Let me go through this spiel again. Bo Nix transferred from Auburn to Oregon, correct?
Correct, Amando.
The freshman quarterback last year, Anthony, who beat Ohio State, even though I want to punch him in the face for that. Then twice lost to Utah last year, correct?
Correct.
And Stanford.
No Bo, no win, no go for Oregon. Utah owns Oregon's number. I honestly feel I don't even care if they have Bo Nix or not. Utah wins. I know on the Pac show I took Utah by 12. I'm going to bump it up this time. Give me Utah 31, Oregon 17, and hopefully nobody has to waste their time on this garbage.
Well, I'll probably stay up till 1 a.m. watching that game.
I would too, honestly. I just don't have cable. So
yeah. I'm going Utah 31, Oregon 28.
Why so close?
Well, that was assuming Bo Nix was going to be playing, but
if he doesn't, what's the score?
Yeah, but it's going to be a Utah victory. Oh, and the last game, we are celebrating the 55th anniversary of the game of the century between the USC UCLA Trojans, who played against one another as 1 and 2 for a shot at the national title. And
I still say the play's better though.
Oh, yes.
And
it's the play, the Ohio State Michigan game of the century, then that game.
Yeah,
I guess
that'll be fun. The Battle of LA between, well, I would say it's the Big Ten West Division, but they're not.
The frame rate's even worse.
Oh my god.
The 60s, man.
Yeah. OJ didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was running, man.
He was running like he said, the coppers can't catch me. That was bad.
But yeah.
Oh my god, look at the text on. Oh my god.
ABC color, where's the color?
ABC color slow-mo. I know it looks like piles of poop everywhere.
The field, man. I mean, my TV, you can see like the green grass and like the different colorations. Man, all I see is a bunch of gray.
Oh, hey, since we're talking about screens, did you guys, obviously you did, Will, did you guys watch Notre Dame Ohio State earlier this year?
Yes, I did.
Aware of it, but it
I only asked because the little bit that I did watch live, was there something going on with the ESPN cameras because the turf looked gray on the screen?
I don't really remember that, but maybe there's something wrong. Or maybe the grass was dying. I don't know.
Considering it's not grass.
I'm sure Ohio State is going to make sure the field's green. They got enough NIL to paint that thing.
But yeah, it's gonna be a big battle for a spot in the Pac-12 title game.
Yes,
Will
sir.
wins USC UCLA.
I have no idea. This game is the game that I have the least confidence with.
Fullback.
I'm gonna go because of no. I'm gonna say no Travis Dye, no win for USC. I'm gonna go 31-28 UCLA with absolutely no confidence. I have no idea who's gonna win.
Outright getting rid of the Pac-12 playoff hopes for 2022.
I do want them to play. I do want them to win though, so we can beat them. But they still win the Pac-12 to make our resume look better.
Mike, who's your pick?
Well, not so fast, my friend. USC has no chance because no defense. No defense means no win game. Ask Iowa. Give me UCLA to win by 10. I'm going to say a throwback to 2012. UCLA 38, USC 28. Caleb Williams is good. Lincoln Riley, good coach. But take this beating upside the face, USC.
I think Will picked UCLA. I think he did.
I just want USC to win.
Oh,
Yeah, he picked. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I flip-flopped on this game 100 times. I flip-flopped over and over. I've probably
DTR is
erased-
the difference, Jeffrey. DTR is going to make the difference in this game.
I flip-flopped on this game 100 times, and I'm like, who's going to win this game? And I don't trust either team at all, but I'm going to go USC 35-31 over UCLA. I'm going to go USC. I don't trust it at all. I mean, it's one of those things like Will. He picked UCLA, and he's got no confidence in it. I don't trust the Pac-12. I don't trust either team.
I don't either.
It sucks that the two best games this week are in the Pac-12, and it's like I have no confidence in either pick. Maybe a little more with Utah because of Bo Nix being out, but I'm going to go USC. We'll see, but I can easily see UCLA winning because the Pac-12 always, unfortunately, chokes it out of the playoff, but I'll go USC. We'll see what happens.
So my not so fast, my friend, still stands. It just goes to Jeffrey, not Will.
Yep, not so fast, Jeffrey. I'm going with UCLA 35-31. Got to bring out that Genjutsu. Shout out the chiseled Adonis.
Yeah, USC needs to get slapped in the face hard.
Yeah. I would like to see a Pac-12 team make it to the playoff.
Why?
I don't know.
When you produce trash that I have to take to the dumpster, you're trash.
Yeah.
You go to the dumpster. You don't get to be in the pristine with the big boys.
Yeah.
Maybe go undefeated and win the conference, and then we can see.
I'll tell you one thing. Dorian Thompson-Robinson getting another crack at USC. That's pretty sweet, man. I just hope they're still able to make it to the Pac-12 title game because let's not forget they got 2 conference losses. And if, everything's kind of undetermined with the Pac-12 at the moment. Utah still got that loss to, UCLA. That's their other loss against Florida. UCLA lost to Arizona and Oregon. They lost to Arizona last week. And if USC gets beat by UCLA, it'll be against Utah and UCLA. And let's see, Oregon lost to Washington. So even if they lose to Utah, they still have that head-to-head victory over UCLA.
Right.
Unless Oregon State makes that 3 straight losses. So that's the question. So, I mean, if UCLA wins this Saturday, it'll be a mess for the Pac-12.
That's what we want.
Oh yeah, but
Hey,
is
the
it
cake.
is it too early for the Big Ten West to beg for USC, UCLA to come already?
Well, here's the thing. When they do, you can say kiss bye-bye to divisions. We're going to like Pac-12, Big 12.
Yeah,
Yeah, did you guys hear SEC is going to get rid of divisions too?
yeah.
One
They
Texas
had a
and
little
Oklahoma,
report.
yeah.
There's no pod, no 14 pods, no divisions, nothing.
At least it gets rid of that Texas A&M South Carolina rivalry thing.
Yeah, who gets up for that game? Nobody.
South Carolina did when they beat them.
Yeah, but that's pretty much the only memorable moment of that game. That and the 2014 game, the first game on SEC Network. I mean, that's pretty much it from Texas A&M South Carolina. Nobody gets excited about that. You don't hear either of those fan bases get excited. So, like, how are they going to do it? Like, I mean, they'll have, like, Bama play Auburn, Tennessee every year.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because with realignment, we're headed towards the schedule looking like the NFL. That way, each conference can play everyone in the conference, which I wouldn't mind. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I love college football, so I wouldn't mind it.
I kind of wanted to be like Bama plays Auburn, Tennessee, and just let everybody else just come and go. And
I mean, because if you think about it, how would you schedule if you had the pods? Like,
Yeah.
first of all, who would be in pods?
yeah. Well, I mean, it would be like Bama, Auburn, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, and I guess Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, South Carolina. But that other one's a little tough.
Well, you'd obviously have Texas, Oklahoma, A&M, and Arkansas in the same pod.
And I guess like Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Missouri, and LSU.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Because if you go the pod route, how do you figure? Because basically, the reason I think they went away from the pods is okay. When you have the winners of the pods, how do you determine who goes to the SEC championship game? You'd almost have to have Pod A versus Pod B and Pod C versus Pod D semifinals, and whoever wins those games play each other in the SEC championship game. That, in my opinion, is probably why they scrapped the pods.
Yeah, that, but also kind of like, you know, if there were still divisions in the SEC once Texas, Oklahoma joined, let it be Bama and Auburn join the East Division. Let Missouri finally go to the West Division, and have
That would be.
Texas, Oklahoma join, and you know Bama gets to keep their rivalry with Tennessee, and Auburn gets to keep their rivalry with Georgia, and they get to go back to playing Florida and Tennessee every year.
Missouri in the SEC East is a joke, man.
I know, right?
Yeah. Did you guys watch Funny Main's video about that whole thing?
Oh man, I haven't. You got to send that.
He basically, I won't completely spoil it for you, but he basically was like, the way the divisions are set up now makes sense outside of Missouri. He basically was like, why the heck is Missouri in the East?
I mean, it should be. I
That's the only
mean, the geography is insane. It doesn't make any sense.
That's what he was saying, and I agree with him on that. Missouri should be in the West. Should have always been in the West. And
Missouri shouldn't even be in the SEC. I mean,
West Virginia they picked Missouri instead of West Virginia, and then the last second they changed it because ESPN wanted Missouri. So it was supposed to be West Virginia, and it would have made sense.
less sense.
Yeah, neither really should be in the SEC. I mean,
Well,
sorry, Joey, but
here's a silly fun fact that I bet only Will knows. I don't even know if he knows. Did you guys know Notre Dame is in the Big Ten? Notre Dame's in the Big Ten for hockey.
Yeah, for hockey.
Yeah, it's like Ohio State, Notre Dame, Johns Hopkins, Wisconsin, Minnesota.
Johns Hopkins.
They're blue blood for lacrosse.
Well, I don't watch those sports. I only talk sports. Man, but I only know football and basketball. Maybe a little bit of baseball. But that's about it.
Man, you're supposed to be the only talk sports guy, Jeffrey, where we talk sports every day, or at least we try to. You should know all this stuff, man.
It's in my description. It says football and basketball, rarely other sports. What was I supposed to call? Only talk football and basketball. I think sports sounded cooler.
Yeah. Sorgay Story says West Virginia is a southern state.
Not in the Civil War.
No.
Like that's what I'm kind of wondering. Are they northeast? Are they southern? Are they
Midwest?
Mid-Atlantic. I would say Mid-Atlantic.
same with like Maryland? It's like these are legitimate questions.
I would say more Midwest, man. I mean, they're touching Ohio and Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Because I mean,
Jeffrey, we're not supposed to talk so inappropriately on the internet.
I don't even know.
I'm talking about the border, man. The Wheeling, West Virginia is sandwiched between Pennsylvania and Ohio. They're not touching the Atlantic. They're not Atlantic.
Can we like make West Virginia Maryland annual again? That would be pretty cool.
You know, I will say the one game they need to bring back, even though it would be a slaughter, and it's probably why they took it away. They need to bring back Marshall, West Virginia every year.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty neat. You know, like honestly, West Virginia. I'm happy they're playing Pittsburgh again.
Yeah, the backyard brawl. Oh my God! Thank you for bringing that back.
I know, right? That was awesome. I'm sad that West Virginia Tech has to go again. But
The Black Diamond Trophy.
Yeah, like I mean, no offense to Virginia, but really, your rivals Virginia Tech, you're not even that good.
Well, I mean, it's because of like the state and all.
Yeah.
Let's be real though. Why do they call it a rivalry? Like the Friends of Coal Bowl with Marshall, West Virginia. West Virginia leads the rivalry 69-34. How's that a rivalry though? I mean, they're in the same state. Like I understand that, and it's a cool game, and I'm glad they called it a rivalry. But how's it a rivalry when it's lopsided?
Wow. But maybe Marshall will get a victory against them next time.
I hope so. I mean, hey, if here and the biggest thing I hate in college football is transitive property. But I'm gonna dip my toe in it for a second. So Marshall beat Appalachian State, which beat Michigan. Occasionally, every other year, beats Notre Dame. And Marshall looped back around and beat Notre Dame. So doesn't that mean Marshall better than Notre Dame and Appalachian State and Michigan?
Could be.
I'm just kidding.
All right, boys. Well, we've had a long show, but it's been a great show.
Yeah. 2 hours.
So we actually have our own channel now. I'm gonna go send the link to it. Here
Yeah, because I came on here to check out Jeffrey's channel, and I'm like, where's all the other live?
Here we go. I popped it in the URL. So now we have a Young Guns channel, and we're gonna start to do the streams on there now.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a very awesome show from us all.
Mm-hmm. So now we're gonna go head on to the Tide Guy and watch some watch some trivia. Should be fun.
Should be.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to it.
How do you find it? Like, what do you type in to find his channel?
Here, I'll go put it in the private chat.
Oh, we have to end the show.
Yep. All right. Well,
Oh, I hate saying goodbye, but we'll be back.
Wasn't too
let's
bad.
go Beavers.
We didn't even do that game, man. Oregon
know.
State, Arizona State.
A quick
I
prediction, quick score.
On Oregon State, Arizona State, I'll go Oregon State 28-21 over Arizona State.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon State 38-21.
28-17 Oregon State.
35-21 Oregon State. Thanks,
You
guys.
might as well do one more. You might as well do one
okay.
more. Washington State, Arizona. It's the last Pac-12 game of any Rollins. Who you got in that one?
I'm going Washington State 35, Arizona State 20.
Washington State 31, Arizona 24 for me.
So, Buckeye Mike, who are you going with?
You're gonna make me give a little spiel again. Jesus. Okay, Arizona sucks like sewer water. Washington State does too, but they actually approved themselves this year by beating Wisconsin, who also still kind of sucks like sewer water. Give me Washington State by 3, 31-28.
Well, and for the last time on tonight's show, it's not so fast, my friends. It's Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
How in the world did Arizona beat UCLA? That's what I want to know.
Looking ahead to USC.
UCLA wasn't thinking about them. And
That's a good answer.
I guess that's a wrap, right?
All right.
I hope it wasn't too bad, so maybe you'll have me back.
Of course. It was fun show.
You guys have a good night.
Goodbye, everyone. You'll see us all in therapy.